Boom! Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, Danny Savage, Draft Guru, coming at you with three kids who made a lot of money this season. Two kids came out of nowhere, and one kid, unless you've lived under a rock or you truly do not watch college football at all, I don't know how I don't know how you don't know who this kid is because he's a beast and he's most likely a top 5 draft pick. But we're going to start off first with Rutgers left tackle Holland Pierce, 6'8", 350. He is a former walk-on. He walked on at Rutgers at 6'8", 450 pounds. Started at right tackle one year. Like I said, they got his ass down. He lost some weight, earned a scholarship, 3-year starter. 1 year, he was at right tackle. The last 2 years, he's been a left tackle in the Big Ten for Rutgers. And this kid is a former walk-on. And it's amazing. Now, I think it was last week, The Athletic put out a little paragraph about him. And I'm like, I've been doing videos on him since May the 1st. I gave you this kid literally May the 1st. When I gave you him, I gave you Kyle Monangai, Powell, their one linebacker who's banged up. They have another linebacker who tore his Achilles. And when I gave you Kyle Monangai, who if he gets out of round 2 or round 3, I'd be shocked at running back. But Holland Pierce, 6'8", 350. Yo, he can tie his shoes standing up, this kid. He is, in my opinion, okay, he's played left tackle the last 2 years at Rutgers and in the Big Ten. But in my opinion, he's going to be a right side. He's going to be a right tackle in the NFL because I think you leave him at left tackle, he will get exposed on an island. He might get exposed on an island at right tackle. He might. But I'm sure once the season's over, he'll be down in Texas or whatever, working out with Duke Merriweather. Worst case scenario, you slide this kid to guard. But maybe about a decade ago or more, he reminds me of another Rutgers left tackle. I think his name was Anthony Davis. He was like a first-round draft pick. He played for San Fran for like a decade. He reminds me of Anthony Davis, but just not as physical, not as athletic as Anthony Davis. Getting around this kid, like I'm showing my age, this is a term that was used a long time ago. It's like getting around him is a $30 cab ride. Trying to get around this kid now is like, a $40 Uber ride. But like I said, it's just terminology. But all these draft networks are talking about him now in November. Yet you could just go check my videos. I gave you him in May. But what do I know? Another kid I gave you is in the summer. Don't get scared, but we can be a little bit scared. LSU tight end Mason Taylor. Nobody was even talking about this kid at all. But I saw him and he sparked, he piped my interest. 6'5", 255. He has 43 receptions on the year, like 430 yards, and I believe 2 touchdowns. Where he's going to make a team is, listen, and this is not me saying it, this is a college coach saying it. At the tight end position, anyone can go out and catch a pass. What's going to make you like earn it yourself on a team in the NFL? Can you pass block? Can you run block? Can you block? That's my one question on the Bowling Green kid, Harold Fannin. He's going to have to improve his run blocking. But as a pass catcher, the kid's a freak. He's a phenom. Mason Taylor has great size. He's a good run blocker, and he has very soft hands. And he made himself a lot of money this season. A lot of people are saying Colston Loveland is their tight end one. He originally was, but Tyler Warren from Penn State has overtaken him. He's my tight end one, and I don't see that changing. Just because Tyler Warren is 6'6", 260, and I view him as a more athletic version of Gronkowski. But Harold Fannin from Bowling Green, he's probably going to – everyone's probably going to put Colston Loveland 2, and Harold Fannin might be 3. This last kid, unless you've been living under a rock, I don't know how you've never heard of his name. He caught my eye as a true freshman, being 18 years old out of Philadelphia. So 3 years ago, I'm watching Penn State, and I see this number 11, this skinny kid at number 11, flying around with his hair on fire. True freshman at linebacker, Abdul Carter. He's out of Philadelphia. So throughout the years, he's put on more size, and now he's 6'3", 260. Think of him as Micah Parsons 2.0. As of now, he has 40 tackles and 8 sacks. He had 7 sacks as a true freshman, having no clue what he's doing, just running around. He had six sacks last year. But the reason I see this kid being probably the first edge, I view him as a linebacker because Penn State got a new defensive coordinator over the offseason, and they put him out at edge. It's kind of like what Dallas did with Micah Parsons. But then Abdul Carter now you're dealing with an offensive tackle. He's dealing with a tight end. And then he's also getting chipped by a running back. So the experiment didn't really work out that well. So what they did was they moved them back to linebacker, but also to like a rover position where he moves around on like every play. You don't know where he is. You don't know where he's going to be. But when you look at his 4-3 edge snaps with his hand in the dirt, for a kid that's not that tall, he's only 6'3", 260. Yo, you want to talk about bend? Great. Yo, the bend this kid has, I'm showing my age, man. He's like Gumby. Bro. But like I said, look what he's like Micah Parsons 2.0. He's a bigger version than Micah, but I think he would be best used as a linebacker or a rover lining up everywhere differently. Imagine having 2 of him. Oof, that's scary, man. And like I said, people are like finding out who this kid now is. Like, where you been the last 3 years? Like, where you been? This kid's been a monster. I mean, like I watch games different than the average fan. Don't get me wrong, but like when you're watching a game, unless you're like drunk or whatever, like talent stand out to you when you see the kid like coming in, a true freshman, just flying up, has no clue what he's doing, getting sacks, running down the ball carrier, bro. I predict Abdul Carter will run a 4.3. He's going to run a 4.3. Brugler has him like as his number one edge. Yet I gave you him. I gave once again. You can check my videos. I gave you Abdul Carter in May. I think it was my second or third video. I did Penn State draft prospects, and I spoke about Abdul Carter. So Holland Pierce, everyone's starting to talk about him now. Gave you him in May. Abdul Carter, gave you him in May. Over the summer, I gave you Mason Taylor, tight end out of LSU. Tomorrow, there's 3 college games on tonight. No reason why you should not. You know what I'm trying to say? It's a Wednesday night. What else is going on, man? You should be watching. There was good games on last night. There's 3 college games on tonight. There's college games on Thursday night. There's college games on Friday night. And then Saturday, we have all day. So there's no reason, when there's like 4 or 5 years of tape on people, and then they're like, oh, is there any tape on somebody? It just blows my mind, man. But I prefer watching college football. Also, okay, what's today? Today's Wednesday. So you got to check out the Frisco Report with Mike and Joe Rod. They usually do Wednesday nights or Thursdays, either or. But you got to check out the Frisco Report. You got to check out Cowboys Corner. He mostly comes out on Saturdays, but he does videos. He has freaky talking crazy. Then we have Fifth Quarter Cowboys. He's on Mondays and Fridays usually. Like I said, man, don't be scared. Jump in the chat. Nobody's going to bite your head off, man. We got Cowboys Fiend himself, OG. You know what I'm saying? We got Cowboys Champ, another OG. We got 1980s Cowboys. We got Eshawn, bro. Hollywood's newest up-and-coming actor. So, listen, bro, we have no agenda. We're not like AI robots that are going to give you, the same bullshit narrative of the Dallas Cowboys. I will put out once in a blue moon a Dallas video. But this, since day one, is a college draft channel. This is a Danny Savage Draft Guru channel. And this channel is open to all 32 teams in the NFL. I've done already 32 teams, 2-round mock drafts. I'm probably going to wait another week or two. Probably next week, maybe before the holiday. I'll put out another one next week. I'll put out a third 32-team, 2-round mock drafts. Because like I said, it's every week pretty much the draft. The rankings of the draft change because it changes with the wins and losses. But altogether today, I gave you 9 kids that made themselves a shitload of money this offseason. And it all depends, who fits your defense better. But don't be shocked you see Abdul Carter as the first edge off the board. And I only gave you him in May. Because we all know when you're rocking with the GWO, it's for life. Over and out, everybody.